Real Schools has improved the community at Cannock immensely. It's provided trust between families and us, trust between us and the students, trust in our staff, in one another. It's just benefited everybody greatly, and I'm really glad that I was part of that journey.
Real Schools' journey has been absolutely awesome. So many facets that have benefited from our work with Real Schools. So we're up to our 3rd or 4th year with our journey with Adam. So the learning that's taken place has been enormous in that space.
In the last 3 years, our NAPLAN results have been through the roof. So our growth in our school has been incredible, so much so that we're getting other schools asking us, what is it that's happening down there for you to achieve the results you're getting?
Over a 3-year journey, we want to improve the satisfaction level of all 3 stakeholder groups, and we've done that at Cannock. The teachers are more engaged, and even retention of staff has been a real positive at Cannock Primary School. The students, in terms of their social outcomes, as well as what they feel about the school and the climate of the school, should increase, and it has. And also the parents should feel more connected to the school.
You walk around the classrooms, you don't hear any teachers yelling, you don't hear any kids yelling. One of my daughters describes one of the teachers' classroom as having Zen qualities. Now, I've got no idea where she learnt about Zen, but it accurately describes that particular teacher. You know, he never raises his voice. He doesn't have to. To me, that's fantastic.
I had a 1, 2, 3 class this year. Lots of different age groups in that and abilities. But I must say it's probably one of the nicest classes I've had socially, because these children have grown up with restorative practices at school. They know nothing different. And I think that has, for me, been the icing on the cake.
It's given us a framework to work in. All teachers know that system, and probably more importantly, the kids know the system. A simple system, I think, but it just works.
The children are probably getting more involved in their feelings, and they know that a teacher's there to support them.
The kids are more open to discuss their problems. Kids that you wouldn't think would do that are doing that now. So that's been really positive.
These are now kids who don't step into unhealthy conflict, they step into healthy conflict resolution. They care, they think about their behaviour before they do it, and if they screw up, they know how to fix it up, and they do it in meaningful and productive ways. And it builds young people who are creative, it builds young people who have a moral compass and who know how to listen to their conscience. It's really cool to watch.
The Real Schools partnership is a commitment that the school makes between ourselves and Real Schools. Initially there was a series of PD sessions with staff, but where the difference comes into it is that Adam has also come in and worked with staff in the classrooms. So he's either mentored or he's taken sessions, and he's been the person that they can then learn from with him taking the session, or he's sat in the background and said, you know, next time you could do this or you could do that.
It's great having the online resources there. If there's something we're not sure about or we want to get better at, like our little mini circles or check-ins, there's the videos of Adam.
The other component is that we've run parent sessions to try and educate them on the process and to bring them up to speed with what we're trying to do as a school through our partnership.
It was great to be invited to the parent sessions. Adam's so approachable. He's been a teacher, he's been a principal, he knows what works, he knows what doesn't work.
I partner with schools because it lights me up to see them get the full benefit of partnership and the full benefit of being able to focus on culture. Whenever I ask school leaders, do they think school culture is important, they put their hand up. When I ask them what it is, they get nervous. So we're not exactly sure how to define it, and if we're not exactly sure how to define it, how do we work on it? So what we provide is a vehicle for schools to be able to work on the most important part of their work, which is creating a culture where young people thrive, where teachers thrive, and where parents support you in what you're looking to try and get done. When that happens, I couldn't think of a better job on the planet to be doing.
Cannock for me is a family, a community. It's a place where I put my heart and soul into. I've always come in and done that bit extra because the teachers are putting all their effort and energy into our kids. I'm happy to put energy into the school to make it a great place for the kids and the parents and the teachers, to make it an all-round great place to go. So send your kids here.
it's wonderful to work at a school where you get that support to try a different approach with the students. For us, relationships is the key to learning, and if we're able to explore how to develop those relationships more strongly, then I think that's very empowering for us.
We're still buzzing from the learnings that we have as staff. We actually come away excited going, did we write that down anywhere? We need to record Cassie, because I think the learning for us is so rich at the moment. We are certainly applying that to conversation. It's clear from every conversation we've had with Cassie that she has walked the walk, talked the talk. She knows exactly how students operate. She knows exactly how parents operate. She knows exactly the breadth of staff you can have in a college, because she gives us an example for everything. So we know that we're dealing with someone who knows what we're navigating.
They're happy to come to school. They know that their teachers support them. We have a great dialogue. They understand what's involved in a mini chat. They understand the effective statements better now, and they're able to also then use those effective statements back. So it leads to greater understanding on both parties' behalf. So it's exciting to see them happy to come to school.
I feel like it's a more adult way of doing it. It's not like there's been an action, so it's done and dusted. It's about working collaboratively. As a school, we're very pastoral, so the restorative practices really fits in well, but it's just more of a structure to that, and to help guide staff and students and parents to a more cohesive culture and like a more caring space, which is everything when it comes to learning.
For them to have a positive experience about having a concern dealt with in a way that has been helpful and allowed for growth in that relationship, they need to know that they can have that in the world outside after school, and if it's learnt in a school where it's a safe place, then how much better equipped are they going to be for the real world when they have to go out there and navigate that themselves. They've got tools in their toolbox as well as us having tools in our toolbox.
I think what I've seen is a light bulb moment with our teachers, and they're talking about how they've positive primed their children. They've talked about the benefits of circle time and seen the results of it, and they know that change doesn't happen overnight, but they're seeing the gradual shift in the environment and the feel in their class, and they're loving that.
When you have these small positive steps or strategies that we've learnt through Real Schools and with Simon, we are seeing now a sort of collective where kids are feeling much more comfortable and open, and if they're not having a good day, I feel like they can open up and talk to us, and as a whole we're kind of moving in this really positive direction, which I think is really exciting.
I love that we've now got a structure that helps us with resolving conflict, so we're not emotionally involved anymore. It's just like this process that we go through with the kids, and I see a lot more clarity around it as well, and we're moving forward, which is really great.
I think bringing Real Schools on, especially this year now that we're actually at school, has been so beneficial for the staff and for the students to know there's consistency, there's expectations, and we're just trying to be the best that we can be for our students.
I find those kids that were difficult to sort of connect with and were reluctant to share feel a lot more comfortable. I think we now have a deeper connection with the students, and they feel that. I think we've been able to show a different sort of empathy, which has been huge for them.
Simon was friendly and energised and just gave us a whole rundown, and for me a great picture of what Real Schools could look like at Richmond Primary School.
One of the big things I've noticed with it is that the kids are very much versed in talking about how they're feeling about things. If something goes wrong in the playground, the kids are very good at telling each other how it made them feel, and I think that's really good from the kids' point of view, that they can see the impact they've had, so they know that they can fix things.
The discussions that are coming up even in staff meetings or leadership meetings or with the students, we're questioning all the time why we're doing things certain ways so that we can make it better, and that has really grown, and staff and students have grown in confidence in that over the last few years, and they know it's about us as a group It's not just about me, it's not just about them, it's about us as a community, a staff community, a student community, a wider community working together for the same goal, which is to create individual students who grow up into positive people that can have a positive contribution to our society. So if we can do that, even a little bit in the time we're here at school, then we've done our job.
We have noticed a great change in the students' behaviour. They feel a lot more supported. We do check-ins Monday, Wednesday, Friday every morning, first thing as a support faculty. Here they feel that they belong and they're cared for. We can resolve issues a lot quicker and students feel like they've been heard and valued.
We initially reached out to Real Schools because we wanted to address a couple of concerns within our school around consistency. Our teachers could be more consistent. They try very, very hard, but we're all selling a different message, whereas now we're all selling the same message. And I find that that has seen great value in the first 6 months.
Before this whole new script that the teachers sort of have been given, I think that students weren't really actually listening to what the teachers were saying, but I think now students are realising that they really should be paying attention and that the teachers are doing it for their own good.
The teachers have changed a lot. I feel like with Real Schools helping them, they've become more consistent and there's more of a format on how they deal with students and help them into the class, and the lessons flow a lot smoother.
The videos that Cassie produced for us were short and sharp and concise. They were to the point that allowed staff to understand what's being said, how they can implement things, and then what they could expect as an outcome from using her key points.
They used terminology that we had already implemented already. She read the room and she understood what we were doing, and she was able to then develop that in video form for us that we were able to then pick up and then run with really easily.
We constantly enjoy when she comes to visit. She's very professional, but the fact that she has all that knowledge from being there as a past principal, it really assists us because she knows what we feel like. On the ground running, she knows exactly how we feel, so that really assists with everything.
The interactions with Cassie from day one has been nothing but professional, and the staff really appreciate all the time that she gives to us. Staff have come on board so quickly with this process with Real Schools because they see the value that it adds to our school in achieving success for not only staff but also for our students and the community.
I actually am really impressed by the Real Schools program. The amount of support that we get is absolutely fantastic. Schools are busy places and sometimes we do need that extra support, and that's great that we can call upon our mentor Simon whenever we want.
I reached out to Real Schools because I was looking for authentic professional learning. I wanted a relationship. I liked the idea of the partnership because it was over an extended time, which gives you an extended time to embed the learning. Also, it gives the expert facilitator, so in our case Simon, the opportunity to really get to know us, to really get to know our school.
I was lucky enough to be one of the classrooms that Simon actually came into. He modelled circles with me and my class. He answered all of my questions about what they can look like, the benefit for students, and I've been a lot more confident about implementing circles as part of my daily routine in my classroom. So that's been really positive and a really great start to the program.
So Circle Time is something that all classes at Orange Grove have implemented as a result of the Real Schools program. We start our day with a check-in circle. We talk about how kids are feeling, what they're looking forward to for the day, and it's just a lovely way to really check in with our kids before we delve into our teaching and learning.
Having them in the circle allowed it to be quite a safe space, and everyone making that eye contact and engaging with each other's comments and adding on. There was no one with backs turned as it could be in a classroom situation. They were able to see each other and just engage more.
We've always had a really big focus on well-being and forming positive relationships with students, staff and our wider community. The Real Schools program will enhance any of those goals that we set in place within our school and improve the processes that we have in place already.
It exceeded my expectations. It is something highly practical, very usable, something that teachers can take and implement into their class the next day, which is Actually, one of the most important things when you're starting something new with your professional learning or embedding something new in your school is that it's immediately practical and immediately able to be used the next day in classrooms.
Although I've had numerous years of experience, there's always something to learn, and I'm just loving the fact that I'm constantly learning how to be a better leader, a better teacher, and just a better human being.
The tools that we're getting through the Real Schools, professional learning, professional readings, the discussions, the support, is really changing the narrative of our school. So we're seeing students happier than we've ever seen them, more settled than we've ever seen them, and seeing teachers just working differently and enjoying their work.
The support that we've had from Simon and from the Real Schools team, it's been amazing. It's that face-to-face support, it's a continual support throughout the year. We can send an email, we can get help at a moment's notice, and that's the thing that makes the program different. That's the thing that makes Real Schools different and what they offer.
Going around the school, I just felt the kids were so playful, they're very interactive, very polite, respectful. I just love the feel of the school and what I get from it when I walk through that gate each morning.
We reached out to Real Schools because our culture was actually something that needed supporting. We were a place where teachers were coming and they felt that they were lacking support. Students came and they didn't feel supported either. So we reached out to Real Schools in order to gain some consistency across our teaching, across our practice.
I found it positive and was really keen to give it a go. And every day I try and implement something new. I just had a student who has had a difficult day today, and so I just changed it right around, moved the activity to the floor, sat and had a restorative about how he was feeling, and actually had some success. So when I was called over, he was actually participating in the activity, whereas the old way, I probably wouldn't have had that success because I wouldn't have dealt with it the same way as I have with Real Schools.
The amount of support that Real Schools gave us out of the gate was unlike anything I'd seen. It was so simple to understand, whether it be written resources, the in-school support that we were given by Simon. It was so positive, and it just made me want to really start embedding the practice in my own teaching.
You know, you can be down, having a really bad day. By the time he comes in the afternoon, within 10 minutes you're uplifted. He's very inspirational. He's very open, so you can email anytime. He emails you back, can refer you to the articles or a specific article you might need. He's fantastic for Real Schools in terms of teaching, learning, inspiration.
The kids actually wanting to come to school. Our survey results prove that time and time again. Just our chats with kids actually proves that as well. The teachers want to be here. I believe we've had less absences from teachers, less absences from kids. What we want to achieve and continue to achieve is that it's a place where kids continue to learn and grow. And if they're learning and growing through restorative practices, then they're learning and growing in other areas as well.
The Real Schools app is designed with two big considerations in mind. First consideration, no nonsense. None of the stuff that's about compliance and all of the stuff that's about purpose. All of the stuff that is about you being able to be at your best and doing your best when you are there in your school. And secondly, it's all about convenience.
I don't have to go hunting and I don't have to make something new. Someone's already thought about what I might need to know.
I love the variety on this app. There's great written stuff, there's some really cool videos and some podcast content that just suits what I need.
Whatever it is that you are looking for help with, we have a topic to help you with it. And whenever you decide you want that help, whether you are in the classroom or sitting on the couch at home, the Real Schools app is there to help you with the kind of help that you're looking for.
I think in education we put so much energy into thinking about what other people need and how we can look after them. It's just really nice to feel like someone's looking out for me and what I need for a change.